Hi, my name is Professor Priya Shah, and I'm a lecturer here in the Women's and Gender Studies program at Cal State Fullerton. I'm very excited to have this opportunity to share my online course, Gender and Globalization, with all of you. So why don't we take a look? The first thing you'll notice is that I'm using one of the themes available in Titanium to structure the way my course looks. This theme is called Sky High and allows me to move the primary text block to the left while adding smaller blocks of information on the right. I'll get to those in a minute, but I want to point out that I'm using a weekly outline to structure my class. You can structure the class using units as well. It is imperative that we grab the student's attention in an online environment, and so the visual nature of the interface becomes critical. Titanium makes it very easy to add aesthetic interest to your class through the use of multimedia, primarily images and video. I use the first text box on the left to introduce the course as a whole to the students. That means an arresting and suggestive image, as well as information about course themes and objectives. This is also the place where I've created forums for news updates I periodically share with students, for general student questions, where I upload the syllabus, and where I've linked the number of activities we're going to use throughout the semester, including a course glossary that is created within Titanium itself, and a course blog which is hosted off-site on blogger.com. Scrolling down, students will be able to peruse the course week by week. I tend to put each week up at a time so as to not overload the page with too much information at once. You can use images and videos to introduce weekly themes. I've used an image of student protest here in week 1, and then a video to introduce the idea of globalization in week 2. Of course, the most important component of the online course from the instructor's end is lecture, and I've been working with using a mix of video and audio presentations thanks to the help of the Faculty Development Center and the terrific studio team here at Oasis. I tend to divide my weekly lectures into 2 or 3 parts, what I'm calling modules, each between 15 or 20 minutes. The presentations are originally made using PowerPoint and include lots of multimedia as well as activities to keep the students engaged and relate the readings to contemporary events. You can create a video of yourself giving the lecture here at the Oasis studio, or record audio of yourself speaking along with the slides.
We will now begin Module 2 of this week's lecture. As you may have noticed, each week you will be given...
Another crucial part of an online class is, of course, the student activities. We may not have students in class with us and with each other, but in fact, there are ample opportunities for critical work and collaborative engagement that are unique to the online environment. Titanium gives us access to many of these within our very own course pages. Some of the activities that we will be using this quarter are the course glossary, the student glossary, the wiki, discussion forums, and as I mentioned earlier, a course blog hosted on blogger.com. One of my favorite aspects of Titanium is the ability to highlight student-generated content through the add block function, here on the right-hand side of the page. You can see that in addition to blocks that introduce myself and share the latest course news, we have constantly updated glossary entries of key terms defined by the students themselves. The Meet Your Classmates block is meant to mimic the social media style platform that students are comfortable engaging with. Once you start using Titanium, you will find there are endless ways to personalize your website to give your students a dynamic online classroom experience.